Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. At the direction of the Department of Education of Pennsylvania, all school districts have been asked to welcome in our families, our displaced families from Puerto Rico. We are here today to share that information with our community and also to ask our community agencies and partners to join with us in welcoming and supporting our students and their families as they transition through this devastating event that has happened in their lives. We want to do everything to help them have a smooth transition. And that means that we need to make sure that they have access to resources and to education. So that's why we've asked you to come today to support us and to get the word out that that is certainly one of the things that we want to make sure that happens. So thank you all again.
Good afternoon. My name is Kathy Ames, and I'm the ESL supervisor here at the Harrisburg School District. Since September 25th, we've had over 193 new students come to us from Puerto Rico as well as from Florida, displaced from the various hurricanes. Of those 193 students, 113 now qualify for our English language program. So we are really wanting to give supports and resources to our families. With that said, tomorrow, Wednesday, December 13th at Foos School from 12 until 2 p.m., we have organized over 10 community agencies such as the United Way, Catholic Charities, Migrant Ed, Presley Ridge, and Hamilton Health Center, as well as district resources to kind of have a community fair in their gym to offer the different supports systems that are in the Harrisburg school system as well as in the Harrisburg area. In addition to, we are also receiving a donation from Coats of Friendship, over 100 coats for our students to have for this winter time. We've received monetary donations from Giant, Horace Mann, as well as several teachers within the district to provide hats, gloves, and school supplies to our students. At this time, I would like to call up our social worker, Monica Chisholm, as well as our McKinney-Vento coordinator, Sandra Goodrum, to speak a little bit more about specific services being offered to our families.
Good afternoon, I'm Sandra James Goodrum. I am one of the school social workers, as well as the homeless liaison, the McKinney-Vento liaison for the school district. So far, we have been able to service approximately 120 students that are considered to be homeless, meaning that they are, vast majority are doubled up living with another family. Some are in shelters, some are in hotels, but the vast majority are staying with someone else. They may not be on a lease. Those families have been afforded uniforms, school supplies, all the necessary things so that they can start school on a timely basis, as well as referrals to any mental health agencies or other support so that their transition from Puerto Rico or the Virgin Islands or other areas will be as smooth as possible.
Hello, I'm Monica Chisholm, and I serve as an ESL social worker with the Harrisburg School District, and the services that the families are receiving on my end are no different than any other student that come into the district in need. We first assess and then determine what their needs are and connect them with appropriate agencies. Specifically, connecting and linking the families to the community-based resources, which is difficult, and encouraging them through utilizing services that provide interpreters that enables them to break that barrier. We want to be a welcoming community, and I have to say that our community has stepped up, and we're forever grateful for those who have already agreed to attend the fair, and we look forward to continued support for our students and our families.
Good afternoon. I'm Gloria Vasquez-Merrick. I'm the Executive Director of the Latino Hispanic American Community Center of the Greater Harrisburg region. We are a hub for providing basic human needs to a lot of the families who have children in the school district. We have seen close to 230 individuals, 62 of those being families with, on average, about 2 children, and we have seen 21 adults separate from the families who have come to the Center for Help. All of those have come from Puerto Rico. They come to us for food, clothing, shelter, and a host of other needs. And so basically we're a support mechanism for the families that have their children within the school district. Thank you.
You've heard from our awesome providers that are providing support to the families. At this time, we want to focus on providing educational support. And we're going to ask to come forth Ms. Jamie C. Foster, Chief Academic Officer for the Harrisburg School District.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is critical that we are able to provide educational resources for our children who are coming from Puerto Rico or Florida or the Virgin Islands, so that way we can ensure that they have a continuous education. Here in the Harrisburg School District, we are no different than other school districts who have had to bring those students along. We're working with families individually, reaching out to school districts that we can, especially for students who may have transcripts that are completely wiped out, students who might have an IEP and we can't locate it, can't find it. So we're working very closely with parents, working very closely with school districts to ensure that we are able to provide those students with as minimal disruption into their educational program as possible. For our high school students, it's extremely unique because if they are in 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th grade, they're graduating senior and they don't have transcripts, we're literally working family by family, student by student to provide them with the specifics that they need. Worst case scenario, if we're not able to provide anything, we're working within each school, if necessary, to provide entrance exams, end of unit exams, so that way we can have an idea of what students know and where we might believe that they should best be placed. At the moment, it's not a perfect science, so if we have to, we'll adjust the student schedule so that way we can ensure that that student not only has what they need right now, but if they're particularly in high school, that they're able to graduate on time. So we're working hand in hand with families, really wanting to ensure that this piece of their lives is as normal as possible, because for most of these children, this is where they spend the majority of their day, in the schools. Thank you.